I used to like make characters for my crushes, so that's why I'm blushing right now too. So.
Do you have any current crushes in the game?
No, no. My girlfriend's gonna come down here and be like, "Stop it! Shut this set down."
If queer people ran the world, I would love to be in charge of creating the world's playlist for everyone to like walk the catwalk to no matter where they're going.
If world leaders were queer, they'd probably approach situations with more empathy and appoint people next to them that are more diverse.
Coming out would be a party rather than like, I have something to tell you in the backseat of like a car like I did, you know?
No one would really need to come out because no one would ever make assumptions about the people to begin with.
People who are LGBTQ identified have such massive hearts. They've been so willing to explore what other people have shied away from. And if you applied that to every other single aspect of life, imagine how beautiful it would be.
Fashion would always be a fantasy, not to play a role at work, not to play a role at school. Fashion would always be a show.
If I was a drag queen, I think I would just be a look queen and be known for my really good makeup.
My closet would be filled with every single suit in every single pattern. My evening wear, wild, wild ball gowns, because live for drama.
I could walk into any store and not be looked at strangely because I'm looking at women's clothing, which has happened to me before.
Certain queer people, they already see the world absent of binaries. You start to see a more like open, free, and fluid world.
People should be able to feel comfortable, feel like the world belongs to them.
There would be no accessibility barriers. People would be able to find their safe space.
Buildings would not be so gray. I think buildings would be full of color. My dream home would look like Barbie's dream house.
Cheaper by the dozen style house with like 12 kids.
In the backyard, I would have like an infinity pool and a hot tub, a little farm area, and hang out with cats. That's important.
LGBTQ identified people, they're defining family structures on their own terms, and I think it's broadening the scope of what a family is. It isn't the white picket fence with 2.5, I don't even know how you have 2.5 kids, but like, it's not that anymore.
If queer people ran the world, the president would be.
Why are you smiling?
Because I don't want anyone to fight me. I'm just gonna say it's gonna be Beyonce.
Shouldn't we have a queer president?
If I were president, first day in office, universal health care, and actually make it universal.
If I was president, I would enact actual policies for the climate crisis.
And after you eradicate the climate crisis, I would eradicate homelessness.
I hope that there would also be some kind of major reform to the judicial system.
Things would be more transparent. I think things would be more open. So I think we would have more engaged citizens, period. Anyone who I used to have a crush on, I would just make a sim for them.
And then what do you do with those sims?
We get married. What are you talking about? I've married all of my former crushes in The Sims.
I would literally invite every person I've ever met. My wedding would be sun-drenched, on the beach.
Where would you go on your honeymoon?
Jupiter. Just that intergalactic type of love. It's out of this world.
Just the idea that love could be freer and there were no constraints. I think I'm always concerned about either safety or who's seeing me. Is this the first time a young person is seeing two queer women kiss?
For us, it's always an insecurity. Like for me, my perfect date would just be able to walk down the street holding hands with my boyfriend no matter where we were and not even have to once think about, is somebody looking at me?
Queer people could just frolic on the beach.
Which abs never existed.
In your perfect world,
Yes.
abs don't exist.
If queer people ran the world, I know that judgment would not exist. I think it would be great to just say, you know what, cut, dance break, music break, and just turn up and just live.
Last question for you is, if queer people ran the world, would them even exist?
Yo, drag me to filth.